Good morning, Facebook. It is Wednesday, March 1st, and this is Melissa Ross with IamFreeToBe.com. And I don't know about you, but I just love the promise of a new month. Like, there's just something so exciting and exhilarating and refreshing about flipping that calendar over and seeing a new month. And so I'm just really encouraged and hopeful that it's a new month. I feel like it's a fresh start. I know some of you have said that January didn't maybe start out the way that you wanted to, so you're making your March 1st your January 1st, and I think that is awesome. And I don't think you need a new month to do that. I think that every day God's mercies are new. He gives us new chances. He gives us new moments. So don't get caught up in the mindset that it has to be a new month or it has to be a new day, but His mercies are new all of the time. So hopefully that encourages you, but I am really just excited for this month and for what is ahead for our community and what God has, and just wanted to share some things that He's been stirring up in me and in my heart and some of my experiences. And when I went live on Monday, I said that I would talk about trauma and the body, and because I strive to be a person of integrity, that's what I wanted to share a little bit about today. So I think you probably know this. I've been pretty open that I was diagnosed with PTSD about 5 or 6 years ago now, and God has really done a work in my life, just with healing that and showing me different tools and mechanisms and ways to live that out. And I think some of what happens with PTSD is the body remembers. And there's a book that my counselor suggested called The Body Remembers. And I think that with all of our moves, and when I went through that process, I just wanted to be healed. I wanted to be done with it, and I didn't want to look back, so I gave the book away. And I probably shouldn't have done that. But there is a book, I believe it's called The Body Remembers, and it just talks about trauma and the effect that it has on you. And I have been doing very well. I followed this regimen of Jesus and nutrition and fitness, and that's what our community is about, is those three things and bringing them together. And that has really helped me with my PTSD. And so I think that I was maybe naive in thinking that I wouldn't deal with it anymore, which I know is really not good thinking. Because the body does remember. And so when this incident happened in my hometown with these girls, my body remembered. And I had pain in my back like I used to have. I just felt achy. I felt down. I felt depressed. My head was in a fog. My husband said I was in a funk. And I just wasn't in a good place. And I think that's the body's way of remembering what happened. And so I just wanted to share, that the body does remember, and that I very much felt the way that I used to feel before I walked down this road. And I wanted to share that what I did to kind of get out of that was I did what I've always done. I was in my Bible, and I was praying, and I was worshiping, and I was eating clean, and I was exercising, and I was doing what I know to do to take care of myself and practice self-care, because I believe that's critical. But as with anything, there are old habits, right? And so I was talking with a friend who struggles with anxiety and depression, and we were talking, and she said, I don't know if I'm really depressed or if I'm just living out of depressed habits. And that was a really insightful thing to share, because I think that not only was my body responding to what had happened, but I think I was responding out of depressed habits. And so for me to come out of that, it meant that I needed to renew my mind. I needed to transform my thinking. I needed to get into personal development. I needed to get into self-growth. And I needed to continue to press into Jesus and pray and read the Word and worship more than I had before. And I needed to really amp that up and really transform my mind and really do the work that it takes to do that. Because I think a lot of times it's easy to sit there and think, oh, I prayed, God's got it. And He does have it, yes, but there's also action required on our part. If you look at the gospel, it's very active. When He healed the man at the pool, He said, get up and walk. Like, there is action required on our part for freedom. It's just how it is. And I think that's because everybody gets to play. He wants us to be involved in the process. He wants us to be an active participant in our healing. And so for me, I had to do that. I had to go back to what I know, and I had to amp it up. And the other old habit that resurfaced not only was the depressed habits, but the comfort food, and specifically this jar of chocolate chips in our pantry. And I was sitting there shoveling chocolate chips in my mouth thinking, I feel out of control because my situation feels out of control. I don't know what's happening in my hometown. I don't know who's done this. I don't know. And that creates fear in me when there's unknown. So I resorted to my old habit of comfort food and comfort eating. And I'm sitting there shoveling the chocolate chips in my mouth, feeling out of control, thinking, I'm not hungry. Why am I doing this? And I realized as I was eating the chocolate chips, this tastes like the fudge that my mom and I used to make at Christmas. And that was a comforting memory. And I think that I went to the chocolate chips because they reminded me of that memory of our family being together at Christmas time and having quality time together, doing something fun and enjoyable. And so I think if we can step outside of the heat of the moment and identify why we're going towards this food, what memory that brings up for us, what comfort that brings up for us, what feeling that brings up for us, then we can break through that and we can break free from that. Because that to me said, you're eating the chocolate chips because you need comfort. Well, who's the comforter? Jesus. He's the only one that can comfort. Everything else is false comfort. The chocolate chips last for a few minutes. The shopping online lasts for a few minutes. Whatever it is you're seeking for comfort, it is not eternal, it is temporal. So look to the eternal source of comfort, and that's Jesus. And so I guess I wanted to share some of that with you just so you know a little bit of where I'm at. I haven't gotten this figured out at all. I'm an imperfect person who loves God, who's trying to help women who also struggle with the same things I do. I know a lot of us struggle with stress eating and comfort eating and putting ourselves last because we're so busy serving our families and our work and everything around us, and we often neglect ourselves. And so I just want to encourage you that that's what this community is for. We're here to support each other, to encourage each other, to lift each other up, to share resources that renew our minds. I share what has helped me, what recipes we use, what I do for fitness, like just this whole package of Jesus, fitness, and nutrition, because that's what has helped me. So thanks for watching. If you have questions, if there's anything that you need or that I can do or that would be helpful in terms of self-care or your relationship with food or God or anything, just reach out to me and let me know. Feel free to check out our website. We're at iamfree2b.com. We'd love to have you join up on our email list there, or even join as a member of our community and get access to awesome resources and tools that have helped break through. So have an awesome Wednesday. Thanks so much for tuning in. And make today a great day. Like I said in the beginning, it's a new month. It's a fresh start. So do something new and exciting today. Go outside of your comfort zone. So have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.